Nice big inhales all the way to the base of your spine. And full, complete exhales. Really give your body an opportunity to soften and to relax. And just taking this moment of quieting the chattery mind, and closing our eyes and ears to the world, just to notice your body might need this morning, how you're feeling physically, energetically, mentally, and emotionally. Just allow yourself this space to meet yourself where you are, trying to run from anything it might not be pleasant, inviting here the full range of your experience, becoming conscious. And keeping this nice, deep, steady yogi breath. Big inhale, filling up. Full exhale, full emptying. Sit with this full, complete exhale, energetically emptying, physically emptying the air from our lungs, creating space for newness, space for change. When you fully empty, you create that shift, that opportunity, a fresh breath. Let's invite here both hands to heart center, coming to our Anjali Mudra. And we'll take the sound of Om as we prepare to begin the physical aspect of our practice. Om. Nice big inhale here. As you exhale, release your chin down. Let your hands come down to your lap. Your eyes begin to open. And we'll shift here into just simple movements of the head, simple rotations. Eyes might stay open, might close, really helping you connect with the internal experience here. If it's painful to take that full rotation, we can always do just a half, shoulder to shoulder, chin coming through center. But if we are doing those full rotations, let's go ahead and switch those rotations, moving now in the opposite direction, giving ourselves an opportunity to move in both directions. Bringing yourself back to center. Let's center the bottom of your chin, aligning parallel to the earth beneath you. Roll your shoulders back, and your shoulders up and back and down. Just a few times, rolling your shoulders here. And then we'll roll up and forward and down, rolling in the opposite direction. Lovely. Let's soften your shoulders. Cup your kneecaps with your hands. Begin to circle here. Inhaling, heart comes forward, low spine lengthens. Exhale, drop your gaze round into your low back. So we're inhaling forward, exhaling back and around. And the next time you come towards the back arc of your circle, let's pause here and we'll reverse our circle. Still inhale forward, exhale back, just reversing the circles. Bring yourself back to center here. And a nice long spine, rooted sit bones. Nice big inhale, sweep your 10 fingers upward. Exhale, take a twist to the right. Bring your left hand to your right knee, gaze over your right shoulder. Keep your spine nice and long here. Begin to find a softness into your temples, into your jaw. Might even make a silly face here. Releasing some tension in the face. Breathing easy here into this twist. Let's keep this twist in our lower body. Next inhale, just rotate the gaze so chin looks out over opposite shoulder. Heart maintains backwards, chin rotates to look over your opposite shoulder. Breathing here. Good. Let's inhale, come back to center. Stretch your fingers up to the sky. Nice long side body here. Exhale, twisting now to the left. Right hand, left knee. Gaze starts here over your left shoulder. Nice long spine. Big inhale here. And then utilizing that power of the exhale, the power of emptying with each out breath. Good. And let's inhale, just rotating the gaze now. So body stays in this twist, just rotating the gaze over the right shoulder. Good. And next inhale, bring your whole body towards center. Stretch your fingers up to the sky. Exhale, bring your fingertips to the tops of your shoulders. Elbows here, stay out to the side. Good. So we're going to begin just a little bit of movement. This movement comes from the Kundalini yoga tradition. So we're just moving side to side, fingertips connected to the shoulders, elbow out. Do this. That's kind of the classic leany way to do this if you're not using a mantra. So we'd be inhaling through the nose, using the belly muscles to sharply expel the air out of your lungs. So you can do that if it makes sense. Don't add on that breath of fire if you're following this later. And if you are making a baby, don't do the breath of fire. But I think we'll probably both do it. So inhaling, we'll begin. Good. Come to center. Extend your fingers upwards. Release that breath of fire. Use an exhale. Bring your hands through heart center back to Anjali Mudra, back to cupping your knees. Let's inhale. Peel your chin upwards as much as is comfortable. Take that opposite direction. Exhale. Bring your chin in. Stretch into the back of your neck. Good. Bring yourself to center here. Use an inhale. Stretch your fingertips nice and tall. Bring your arms parallel to your ears. Exhale. Take that twist to the right. Left hand, right knee. Right hand comes behind the body. Gaze over that back shoulder. Let's begin to bend into the left elbow, softening your heart forward. So we'll inhale, lift up. Exhale, bending into that left elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Good. Let's bring our heart back towards center. Keep that left hand, right knee. Inhale, right arm to the sky. So left hand, right knee, right arm reaching up. Big inhale here. Exhale, reach to the opposite side. So inhaling to center. Exhaling across. Good. Good. Inhaling back to center here. Let's release both hands to your kneecaps. Bring your spine nice and long. Shrug both shoulders up towards your ears. And then exhale. Let your shoulders soften here. Just release the head side to side. A little tick tock of the head here. And as we release here into those neck muscles, let's also release into your jaws, creating some space between your back teeth. Good. Bring your body back towards center, spine nice and long. Use an inhale, stretch your fingers up. Exhale, twisting now to the left, right hand, left knee, left hand behind your body. Nice long spine as you inhale here. And then exhale to begin to bend into your right elbow, lower your heart. So we're inhaling to lift, exhaling to soften forward, heart leading. Good. The next time you rise, keep your spine long. Keep that right hand, left knee, rotate heart and gaze forward. Inhale, left arm now reaches up to the sky. Right hand cupping left knee, left arm up. And then we'll exhale, bending to the side. So we're inhaling nice and long, exhaling, arcing over to the side. Just feeling into what movements make sense here for your body, what movements this morning are working for you, where we might need to go a little easier. Next time we rise up, let's release all 10 fingers up, nice, big, tall inhale. Exhale, bring your hands through heart center. Good. Cup your ankles here with your hands. Inhale, lean forward, lift your gaze. Exhale, round backwards, drop your gaze down. And so cat-cow movements, and because our hands here are on our ankles and not our knees, sending these movements into different areas of the spine. And so just allowing nice awakening of the spine this morning, of the shoulders, of your side body. As we move and breathe and create space for our exhales, creating space for fresh prana through the whole body here. Good. Let's bring it to center. Nice long spine and just a little side to side movement here. Side to side, rocking into the sit bones. Maybe lifting the sit bones up as we come to one side. Good. Let's begin to bring ourselves to our hands and our knees, please. So with that option, if you need a blanket, settle a blanket underneath your knees. Bring both hands directly beneath your shoulders. Knees here, hips width distance apart. Let's inhale, arch your spine, lift your gaze. Exhale, rounding here. And so just taking, again, this cat-cow movement now from our hands and knees, really allowing ourselves to experience the full mobility of our spine here. So noticing if there's areas that might be holding on to tension this morning, perhaps a little bit of tenderness. Good. Let's bring ourselves to a neutral spine. Draw the inner knees, inner thighs towards each other. Let's bring the hips to the right, gaze to the left. Really press out through the rib cage to the left. Inhale towards center. Exhale, hips and ribs now to the left, gaze to the right. And so we're tick-tocking the hip side to side and allowing that movement of the hips to really guide a stretch up into the side body, into the ribs. So really pressing your ribs from side to side, even as your hips come from side to side. Good, bringing ourselves back towards neutral here. And as we come back towards neutral, go ahead and set your knees hips width distance apart again. So create that space once more between your knees and your thighs. Let's inhale, the right leg rises to hip height. Good, extend the left fingertips forward. Exhale, bring elbow to knee. And so we're inhaling forward, nice lengthening space. Exhale, draw elbow to knee. And then just drop into this rhythm, allowing your own natural breath rhythm to guide you. Good. The next time you extend long, let's pause here. Lower your hand down. Keep your foot up. Bring your foot out to the right hand side. So making a straight line from your right hip, right knee, right ankle. Toes here are down. So out to the side, toes down. Gaze here comes forward. Extend the left fingertips forward. Might come flat on the palm, might lift up into fingertips. Right fingertips might reach up here. That palm might lay flat on the ground. Let's inhale here. Lift your gaze, lift your chin, look forward. Exhale, soften your heart down. And so here, inhaling up, exhaling down. Good. The next time we rise, let's bring both hands underneath your shoulders. Invite that right knee back inward. Sink it back into the pose of the child. So bringing hips towards heels. Let your forehead rest on the ground, on a blanket, on a block. Always the option to separate your knees the width of your mat if that feels good for you. Just nice deep breathing here. Let's begin to walk your fingertips off the right side of your mat. Keep your head lower here. So if you have a blanket or a block beneath your head, let that move with you. Maybe your left hand wants to cross over the right wrist. Maybe your gaze here wants to look out underneath that long left arm, looking towards the left. Keep that left hip tacking backwards, even as your fingertips press into the ground in the right. Good. Let's inhale here. Bring it back towards center, back into our pose of the child, Balasana. Release your palms down, lift yourself upwards, coming to your hands and your knees, and then take a step backwards. Take a full crawl backwards, we'll say, in your mat, so that you have about the top fourth of your yoga mat free. We'll reach into the space with your flat palms, lift your gaze, lower your chin or your forehead here down either to the ground or to a waiting block. Keep your hips high. So coming from our pose of the child into our pose of the puppy, Anahatasana, breathing here. And nice inhale. Let's press into your hands. Lift your body back up to that tabletop position, spine here parallel to the ground. And let's take the little ginger for our sushi dinner here, a little cleanser, palate cleanser of our Chakravakasana. So we'll inhale, arch your spine, lift your gaze, exhale, press the center of your spine up, drop the weight of your head down. We'll do just 2 rounds here of this nice cat-cow. Neutralizing the spine as we prepare to move to the other side of that practice. So let's begin to here, bring your spine to neutral. Inhale, lift the left leg up to hip height. Keep those left toes pointing down. Extend the right arm forward. So inhale here, let's exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen long. Exhale, bring it inwards and syncing this movement with your own breath pattern, more so than my words or my actions, just finding your own rhythm here. Nice long body. Exhale, lower your hand. Keep your foot lifted, open that foot to the side. So making a straight line here, hips, knee, ankle, toes on the ground. Extend your right fingertips forward. Left hand might pop up into fingertips here. Lift your gaze. Big inhale. Exhale, softening down. Moving here with your breath. Good. Inhale here. Bring yourself all the way back up. Invite that lengthened leg inwards. Here, let's bring both elbows down to the ground. So both elbows lower, hips stay lifted. Palms here might interlace, might stay flat on the ground. And so option to stay here, knees down, or curl your toes under, bring your hips up, lifting yourself into the shape of the dolphin. Good, and lowering our knees if they're not already. Let's straighten into your arms. Adjusting your knees if you'd like to as we come to our second side balasana pose of the child. Let's invite your hips backwards. Forehead lowering here onto support or fully to the mat. Arms stay long. Maybe staying here towards center. Maybe walk both sets of fingertips off the left side of your mat now. Let your head follow. Let any support beneath your head follow. Maybe right wrist wants to cross over left here. Regardless of if that right wrist is crossed or the wrists are side by side, keep your right hip tacking back towards your right heel. Nice big breaths here, opening the side ribs and the right side. Good, uncrossing those wrists if they were crossed. Let's begin to walk both hands back towards center. Release your palms to the ground, float yourself to your hands and your knees. Let's come up to a tall kneeling position here. Tall kneeling will face the long side of your yoga mat. Let's extend the right leg long. Good, and again, this option to layer a blanket underneath your knees. The floor is feeling hard. Let's lengthen your right leg long. Extend your left fingertips upward. Always option to bend into that left elbow for shoulders feeling crunchy or tight. That bend in the elbow might be the space that you need. Keep your left thumb moving towards the wall behind you. Begin to arch your body over that long right leg. Good. Gaze here could be forward. You might lift your gaze. Keep pulling that lifted arm and elbow slightly backwards. The gaze might be down. And so seeking movement and breath in your body that will best allow for that emptying, that creating of space. Let's inhale, bring it back towards center. Keep your leg extended. Both hands here come to your hips. Roll your shoulders backwards. Drop your gaze now over the left shoulder. Release that left arm down. Extend your right arm over your head. Inhale, bring it back towards center. Both hands come to your hips. Invite your right knee inwards. Lower your hips here. Send both knees to the right, both feet to the left. Taking care to keep that right foot free so it's not underneath, pinned under the left knee. Bring your right hand behind your hip. Stretch your left fingertips to the sky. Might stay here. Might press into that back hand, lifting your hips up here, coming into our kneeling back bend. Keep that left shoulder blade plugged in. That left shoulder blade plugged in, that nice alignment integrity. Keep space for your heart to stay lifted here. So sternum high, shoulder plugged in, really extend outwards through the left fingertips. Let's lower on our next exhale the hips if they're lifted here. Bring yourself back towards center. Back to our hands, back to our knees, tall knees here. Preparing for our Parigasana on the opposite side. Let's extend the left leg long. Left hand lengthens along your left leg. Sweep those right fingertips up. Good. Always that option, bending into the right elbow if need be. Keep the right thumb moving towards that wall behind you as you extend long, arcing over your long leg. Again, gaze here might be up, might be forward, might be down, might be different than last time. Nice deep breaths here. Good. And inhale. Let's bring our spine nice and long. Both hands come to our hips. Release your right hand down by your side. Sweep those left fingertips now upwards. And then we'll just arc our body away from that long leg. Gaze here might come up, forward, or down. Then let's bring ourselves back towards center. Both hands come to your hips. Bring that long leg inwards. Lower your hips to your heels. Send both hands, both knees to the left, both feet to the right. And then planting your left hand behind your left hip, let's sweep the right fingertips to the sky. Might stay here, hips down, or might lift and press your hips forward. Keep that lifted arm, that lifted shoulder blade plugging inwards. Extend outwards through those fingers. Good. And let's exhale, lowering your hips here if they're lifted. Let's work ourselves back fully on the mat, facing the short line of your yoga mat. So coming here to your hands and your knees. Preparing here for our downward dog. So if we're going to be doing that from a lifted space, let's come to standing first. If we're going to come from here with toes curled under, let's do that. Curl the toes under. Lift your hips up and back. And just take some nice deep breaths here as we come into the shape of our Adho Mukha Svanasana. Option, of course, to bend and straighten opposite knees, walking the dog, or keep your hips stretching actively back. Keep those hands and fingers pressing into the ground. Stretch away from that point. Let your neck be long, head be heavy. Bring some awareness here to the side body. So this space between the side hips and the armpits, breathe into this space. Bring your awareness here. Inhale, lift your gaze, lift your heels. Exhale, walk your toes forward. Come to the center of your mat. Take your half rise. Exhale, draw your belly button in. Let your body fold here. Release the weight of your head down. Use your inhale, send your hands to your hips. Roll your shoulders onto your back. Exhale, rise here to Tadasana. Inhale, sweeping to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. And then release your hands down by your side. Good. Sweep your fingertips upwards here. Pull both thumbs backwards and circle your right wrist with your left finger. Lift your right heel away from the ground and snuggle that right ankle behind your left. Good. Keep pulling that right thumb backwards. Nice inhale here. And as you exhale, let's arc our body towards the left. And just as we did this seated, we might lift our gaze. We might keep our gaze straight ahead, might lower here. So seeking the head position that will best release into your neck. Keep pressing into both feet. Keep extending those right fingertips to the left. Nice deep breathing here on the right side body. Let's inhale, bring it back to center. Keep your ankles crossed. Exhale, ankles stay crossed, hands release, reach forward and down. So turning this into a cross-legged forward fold. Always the option to sneak some blocks underneath your fingertips if the floor feels far. Let's inhale, press your sit bones backwards, lengthen the crown of your head forward. It's a half Ardha Uttanasana here. Exhale, draw your belly button in, let your spine curve. Weight of your head is fully released here. And then inhale, both hands find your hips, both elbows point to the sky. Use your exhale, rise up here. Uncross your legs. Stretch your feet away from each other, wider than your hips. Open your arms wide. Nice big star pose. Keep your shoulders plugging inward, sternum lifting, gaze lifting. Big inhale here. Exhale, step or hop your feet towards each other. Release your arms by your side. A couple nice shoulder rolls here, moving in both directions. Inhale, stretch your fingers upwards. Find a conscious softening of your shoulders inwards here. Peel your thumbs open and encircle now the left wrist with the right fingertips. Lift your left heel upwards. Snuggle that left ankle behind the right. Good. Get tall here. So lengthen upwards and then arc your body to the right. Gaze here, forward, up, or down. Nice deep breathing. Inhale, bring it back towards center. Good. Keep those ankles crossed. Release your wrists. Lead with your heart as you come forward, taking this cross-legged Uttanasana on this side. Take your half lift. Bring your spine parallel to the ground. Big inhale. Fill this space. Then empty fully. Let your spine lengthen long, draping over your hips. Release the weight of your head down. And then inhale, both hands find your hips, both elbows point up. Use your exhale, rise up here. Uncross your ankles, step your feet further than hips width distance. Nice big open star pose. Plug your shoulder blades in, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Big inhale, then exhale, step or hop your feet towards each other. Good. If you have blocks handy, go ahead and grab them. Put them on the short sides of your yoga mat. And then we'll stand center facing the long side of your yoga mat. Bring your hands to your hips here. Begin to inch your heels away from each other. Keep your toes pointing forward as we begin to set up for Trikonasana. Good. Let's rotate the right toes to the right. Keep those legs straight here. And as we do coming into Trikonasana, we'll take good care of our low back. So those left toes might maintain that facing forward, might come a little bit further forward, and I'm exaggerating here, but might come really out of alignment if that's what it takes to keep your sacrum happy. Keep your left hand on your hip. Extend your right palm upwards. And as your right hand comes to shoulder height, rotate your gaze to the right. Press into both heels. Extend upwards through your spine, upwards through the roof of your mouth. Nice big inhale. Exhale, lengthen, hinge over that long right leg. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And when you can lengthen no more, here we'll reach for your block or reach downwards, grab a hold of the leg with the right hand. Keep your heart shining forward. Roll your left shoulder blade open. Invite the whole shoulder girdle backwards. Extend the left fingertips up to the sky. Good. Keep both shoulder blades plugging in here. Maybe gaze lifts. Maybe gaze stays forward. Maybe gaze drops here. Good. Press the feet away from each other. Use that action to lift your torso upwards. Scoot that block out of your way if you've been using it. Bring both hands to your hips. Send all 10 toes pointing forward. Nice inhale here. Stretch your fingertips tall. Good. Keep your heels separated as you exhale. Lower your hands here. Bring your hands beneath your shoulders. Spine here parallel to the ground. You might stay here, or you might begin to lengthen your arms forward. So we can have our hands shoulders width distance apart, coming into a wide-legged downward dog here. Heart lowers, weight here stays in your heels, stays in your hips. Nice deep breathing here. Let's inhale, begin to walk your hands beneath your shoulders if they're not there already. Press here into your palms, step or hop your feet towards each other. Take your half rise, Ardha Uttanasana. Use your exhale both to soften inwards and to rise upwards. So one long out breath, two actions, lifting your body up. And as we come to standing, settle both hands onto your hips, separate your heels away from each other. Still facing the long side of our yoga mat. Let's rotate now, left toes outwards, right toes are going to stay forward. And again, always that invitation to asymmetrically place the feet to keep your sacral area happy. Extend your left hand up to shoulder height, palm facing the sky. Rotate, gaze left, get tall. Stretch up through the crown of your head. Nice big inhale here, and an exhale. Lengthen and hinge over that straight, long left leg. Reach, reach, reach. And when you can reach no more, reach downwards, finding a weighting block, or perhaps bringing your hand to your knee. Roll your top shoulder open, invite your whole shoulder girdle backward. And maybe lift those right fingertips up to the sky, coming fully here into our Trikonasana. Nice deep breath. Good. On an inhale, reach your feet away from each other. Let that action lift your torso upwards. And as we lift, scoot your block out of the way. Rotate your 10 toes towards center. Inhale here. Stretch your hands tall. Exhale, lengthen forward, coming into our Prasarita Padottanasana. Nice wide-legged forward fold here. Hands could stay beneath the shoulders, keeping your spine parallel to the ground. Or we could take this into our downward dog with heels separated. Reach your palms forward. Keep your hands shoulders width distance apart. Press the weight into your hips, into your heels. And it's as if your heart could just melt forward here. Begin to walk your hands back inwards underneath your shoulders. Step or hop your feet towards each other. Take your half lift here, Ardha Uttanasana, big inhale. Use your exhale to soften inwards and rise upwards. Inhale here, stretch tall. Exhale, invite both hands to your heart. Bring those hands back down to your hips, separate your heels away from each other. Rotate right toes outwards, keep those left toes shining forward. Bring your right hand up to hip height. Big inhale, get nice and tall here, and then exhale, hinge over your long right leg, coming back into our Trikonasana, second time. Good. Might keep that left hand on your hip. You might snake the left hand behind your back. Press actively into the outer edge of that back foot. So outer edge of the left foot pressing down. Invite your shoulder girdle backwards. Maybe the left fingertips here extend upwards towards the sky. Once more, coming to the shape of the triangle. Nice deep breathing here. Good. On an inhale, press your feet away from each other. Lift your body upwards. Rotate the 10 toes towards center. And we'll take this immediately into the other side. So rotating left toes outwards. Inhaling left arm to shoulder height. Gaze over the left fingertips. Get tall. Then lengthen forward. Reach, 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 reach. And then reaching maybe for the ground, maybe for your leg, maybe for a block. Right hand here might stay in the right hip, might snake behind the body, inviting the whole shoulder girdle, whole spine to lean backwards. Good. Activate that right foot, lift up in the right inner ankle, press actively through the outer edge of the right foot. That's a back foot. And then maybe those right fingertips come to the sky. Good. On an inhale, press your feet away from each other, lower your body upward, rotate all 10 toes towards center. Step or hop your feet towards each other. Remove your blocks off your mat if you've been using them. Go ahead and face the short side of your yoga mat. Bring it into a downward dog. So nice inhale, stretch your fingers upwards. Exhale, bring your palms through heart center all the way down, pressing into your support. Step your feet backwards. Let your spine lengthen long. Press into the heels of your hands. Stretch away from that point. Nice deep breathing here into this space of spinal lengthening, spinal alignment. Breathe into the space that you've worked so hard to create in your practice today. And on an exhale, we'll bring ourselves towards the earth. So knees coming down. Coming into a position with knees pointing upwards. Let's reach beneath the right knee. Grab for the left ankle. Invite the left heel by the right hip. Let's invite that right knee either directly inwards or to cross that right foot over the lower left knee. We're going to keep that right knee pointing up to the sky. Nice big inhale here. Get nice and tall. Exhale. Let's twist towards that right knee. So left hand might hug the right knee inward. Right hand can come behind the body. Gaze over the right shoulder. Spine nice and long here. Breathing into our Ardha Matsyendrasana, half Lord of the Fishes. Good. On an inhale, keep your body twisted. Just rotate the gaze. Gaze is going to come over that left shoulder. Keep the body in a twist. Let's unwind. Bring ourselves to center. Uncross your legs. Send both knees pointing up to the ceiling. Reach beneath the left foot for the right ankle. Invite that right heel by your left hip. Left heel might come directly inwards, or you might cross over that lower knee. Either way, cut both hands on your lifted knee, on that left knee. Roll your shoulders backwards, lengthen your spine upwards. Big inhale here. And then exhale, twist towards your lifted knee. So twisting to the left. Left hand supports the body. Right hand hugs the left knee inward. Gaze begins here over the left shoulder. Breathing deeply here. Good. Keep this shape. Keep this twist of the spine. Use an inhale. Just rotate the gaze. Gaze now over the right shoulder. Next inhale, bring the whole body back towards center. Good. Uncross your legs here. Send both knees pointing up towards the sky. Bring the soles of the feet towards each other. Open your knees away from each other and lean backwards into your hands. So palms are down, shoulder blades here drawing together, really heart lifting. My heels, it's hard to see in the video, my heels are slid away from my sit bones. So I have a little bit more space and I might normally coming into this shape. And so just lean here into your hands, arching into your spine. Keep your heart lifted, breathing here. Good. From here, press into your hands. Lift your hips upwards, slide your hips towards your heels, and then bring your hands to your feet. So coming here in a little roundabout way into our Baddha Konasana, spine nice and long, big inhale. Let's exhale, lead with your heart as you lengthen forward here. inhale, lift your body upward. Use your hands to draw your knees towards each other and set yourself, if you're not already, lengthwise on your mat as we prepare to come down, moving towards our Shavasana. So if you began with layers, you might want to bring those layers back inwards here as we come to lying on your spine. And as you come to your spine, invite your knees in. Give both knees a little squeeze. Rock your body side to side. Good. You might stay here if this feels good for you, or you might bring those hands to your kneecaps, fingers pointing towards your ankles. Create a little bit of space. So hands are going to stay connected to the knees, but the knees drift slightly away from the body, and then arc the low back away from the ground. So tilt your hips here so that the low back comes away from the ground, and then from here, might rock side to side. So just kind of getting into different muscular areas here. Good. Release here. Knees fully to the ground. Let your hands soften by your side, palms facing up. Extend your legs long. Maybe give yourself some support underneath your knees, placing a pillow or a folded blanket. Take a big inhale here. Gently retain your breath at the top of your inhale. Gentle breath retention here. Feel a buildup of energy within your body. And then let your breath release in a big exhale. Maybe sigh it out. And here, withdraw control of your breath. Let your body be soft and supported. Let any remaining tension drain away into the support beneath you. Let yourself rest here. Coming into the stillness and rejuvenation of your Shabbat. Bring awareness here back to the breath. I'm going to find some small movements into your body, into your fingers and your toes, wrists and ankles. And come in as you're ready. Take a nice full body stretch. Reach your arms backwards. Stretch your toes forward. And bring your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your knees. Give yourself some movement side to side. Give the puppy a little love. And as you're ready, you can soften down to one side. Invite yourself gently up to a seat. And pausing here. I'd like to finish with a short pranayama breath practice today. Are you able to breathe easily through both nostrils today?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. If anyone's catching this after the fact, if you're not able to breathe, then easily through both nostrils, you can imagine that you can. And we'll take our right hand, bring your right hand to your right nostril, blocking the right nostril. Let's inhale, exhale just through the left. Your next exhale through the left, let's release the right hand down, bring the left hand upward. And same thing, right side, just inhale, exhale through the right. With your next exhale, release both hands down. Breathing equally here through both nostrils. Now bringing both hands to Anjali Mudra. Let's drop your chin in. Let your inner gaze come inward. Notice here the effects of your practice physically, energetically, both emotionally and mentally. And we'll close our practice with the sound of a nice inhale. And so